What's happening? Day 5. Day 5 is the start of the entrepreneurial journey. Entrepreneurial journey. Fuck. Wasted so much time spinning wheels, never really creating traction, because I was just terrified to commit to the next thing, the next logical step. But let me take you right there, because that's where it's going to help you the most. Because anywhere you're spinning your wheels in your life, financially, business, physically, emotionally, spiritually, anywhere where you just keep getting fucking stuck in the dirt and you don't get past that first block of overreacting, being triggered, never getting past a certain amount of income, never getting past something that's a block for you, is driven solely by your inability to take on the next logical step because of fear. It is all fear. I'm sitting here in day 5 and I will do this every fucking day. Only because this matters to me more than anything else I've ever had. This opportunity that I have grown through the challenges, the adversity, the turmoil, the trauma, all experiences in my life have led me to this point where I have absolutely immense value for men like you. I have transformed the lives of men just like you. And my mission is to change the next generation by helping this generation of father, of dad, of father figure, of parent, to change their lives, because their lives have the biggest impact and the biggest predictor of how their children's lives are going to play out. So let's go right back to 2014, because that's where I left you yesterday. 2014, personal trainer, setting up my own business. The name evolved to fit. So I'm going to set up personal training business. I'm going to start running boot camps and I'm going to start running classes. So we set off and we did this, myself and India. We did this course to do insanity classes, which was a massive trend at the time. So we went and did the course so that we could then run these classes. So at one point we were doing boot camps, we were doing insanity classes, and we were doing personal training sessions out of our martial arts school. So we had this fledgling business, which some months made £1,000, some months made £1,600, but between two, that is not a lot of fucking money. So we were thinking about other opportunities, and I'm very much that mindset of, what else can we do? How can we grow it? What other opportunities can we see to overcome these hurdles and challenges that we've got in our business right now? And for me, it was not looking at the business I was in, it was looking at other opportunities. And I have had and been haunted by this shiny object syndrome as a business owner, as someone who starts businesses and attempts to grow them. I have had that shiny object syndrome, and that's where it started. I realised that I had total ownership over what money was generated through my business, and I quickly felt like I couldn't influence the immediate way to bring business in, so I was going to have to do something else to support it and supplement it. So what I did was, I realised that in Scotland there was no such thing, plenty of research I did, there was no such thing as bringing over professional high-level bodybuilders to do seminars. It wasn't something that regularly happened. I soon found out why. So what happened was, I set up this business, or this opportunity called Braveheart Muscle Camps, and I wanted to bring in guys like Neil Hill, Yoda, Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney. I wanted to bring in all of these big guys who had really had massive careers in bodybuilding, and some were still having massive careers in bodybuilding. Neil Hill is a perfect example, and he was the first seminar that we set up. So I paid and got posters created and printed, and started marketing it on social media. Not paid ads at the start, but just putting it out there on social media, contacting people, and starting to generate a bit of interest. And I think within that spell there, I spoke to Neil Hill on the phone, I spoke to Ronnie Coleman, I spoke to really big guys within the bodybuilding sport. And what that showed me was you can literally get in contact with pretty much anyone in this world just with enough determination and persistence. That is probably the extent of Braveheart Muscle Camps. We sold about 8 tickets, took deposits for them, and it was never going to be enough to fund them coming over, and I stopped short of going all the way. And this is the absolute trend in everything that I have done in my entrepreneurial life, because I can't even remotely consider myself an entrepreneur. I start up businesses and fold them. An entrepreneur is someone who sees them through, who gets in the mode of I'm going all in and just burns all the bridges. I've always stepped back. So Braveheart Muscle Camps happened and we folded it over like it wasn't going to happen. And at the same time, there was a guy in Edinburgh who ran something similar and brought over Mountain Dog, and he ran a seminar. Again, that was the last one that happened. So Scotland just doesn't seem to have the appetite for these events, and perhaps should have set them up in the middle of London and just travelled down and run the events there. It's all these things I just didn't have the awareness of. I didn't have the ability to think outside the box. And I will at one point run a video on this, because the problem with absolutely everything to do with the system that we are educated in is that we are educated to come to one right answer in 99% of the subjects that we would study at school. And that's a convergent focus. So we're looking for the one answer. In business, you need a divergent focus. You need to be able to get all of the options and all of the solutions to one problem. And there will be many answers, many correct answers, many incorrect answers. However, I've always been looking for the one correct answer. And all this awareness opens up when you realise who you have to be to run a successful business. Coming back to the personal training. So Evolve to Fit, I was doing relatively well. We were starting to run competitions, so we were doing all sorts of things to try and generate just a little bit more interest and a little bit more engagement in the community. And that was the first business. That was my first foray into business. And I found such a passion and a love for being that creative, for going after and doing something for myself and making income for myself with no one else to answer to. And I worked so much harder for myself than I ever did for anyone else. And it's incredible how that ambition and drive and focus becomes lasered when you're doing it for yourself as opposed to working for someone else and funding their dreams, building their dreams, where they give you as little as they possibly can to keep you there without leaving, and just enough that you can go for a meal once a month. It's mad. Entrepreneurship is character building. It is the most challenging thing that you'll ever do in your life. But if you have the bug for it, and if you have something in you that you want to go after and make happen, you just have to be prepared to go all in. And it has taken me until I was literally 38 to know what the meaning of all in is. That I will do until, and not, I did understand the words, the theory of that, but practically to apply it, it's taken me this long in my life to get to this place where I'm at. And now I embody what that means, to go all in and make it happen. That's it for today. This story is only going to get deeper and have more webs that will come off of this first entrepreneurial journey. I've already told you, shiny object syndrome. There's much more of that to come. Hopefully it's a bit interesting for you, but hopefully it does paint a story that what I have done over that kind of 10, 14 years since becoming bankrupt, locked up, sales, running businesses, is to try and help you know that is not the journey, that is not where you should be going, and you should pick one thing and do it until, and the thing I'll leave you with is focus. Focus, focus, focus. And how that breaks down is follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. Focus. Speak to you tomorrow.